Hi, I'm Veronica. Welcome to Total Body Blast, a 10-minute full body strength training circuit. Have a seat on your mat for chest flies with rotation. Place the ball between your knees, heels together, feet in a Pilates V. Curl the weights to your chest, and then roll down your spine, lifting your legs, knees over hips. Straighten your arms over your shoulders, palms facing in, elbows soft. Inhale, take your right arm out to the right, legs to the left. Exhale to close. Inhale, left arm out to the side, legs to the right. Exhale to close. 10 total. Working your chest, your anterior delts to the front of your shoulder and your triceps. Working your transverse abs to stabilize your midsection and keep your hips stacked as you rotate. Working your obliques to rotate side to side. Hugging the ball with your inner thighs to engage your inner thighs. Last one, each side. Bend your elbows to the mat, curl your chin to your chest, rock up to seated. Set your weights down, keep your ball, and stand up for bar squats. Head to the wall or a place to balance. I'm using the bar. Feet parallel, ball between the inner thighs and knees. Hand on the wall or your bar. Lift your heels to hover. Engage your glutes and your abs to sandwich your midsection as you lean back and bend your knees and then straighten your legs. 10 on one side and then we'll switch 10 on the other. Switching our hand for balance. If you have a mirror, check your form in the mirror to make sure you're not back bending. There's no movement in your spine here. The hips stay fully extended using the glutes and hamstrings to stabilize as you lean back. Squeezing the inner thighs together to keep your knees and toes facing forward. Last one. Turn around to switch sides. 10 more. Lifting the heels, lean back, flat back hinge. Straight line from head, shoulder, hip, and knee as you lean back. Keeping those ribs pulled in tight. Feeling your quads, your calves, your hamstrings and glutes, your entire lower body, and then your transverse abs wrapping your midsection to stabilize. Last one. Set your ball aside and grab your stability ball for plank toe taps. Ball in front of you, bend your knees, take your thighs on the ball, hands to the floor in front of the ball, and roll out onto the ball, shins and toes on the ball, hands on the floor in plank position, straight line from head to heel. Lowering your left toe to the ground over to the left, and then lifting your left leg up and over towards the other side of the body. Lifting and lowering for 10. Lifting the leg from the glutes, pulling your abs in to stabilize your midsection. Pressing the ground away with your arms to avoid sinking in your shoulder blades. Switch sides. Right leg touches the floor and then reaches up and over towards the center of the body. Working your obliques every time you lower that leg, really feeling your side body resist dropping. Last one. Bring your foot forward for a lunge. Step your back foot forward. Move your ball over to the side. Bend over row, Romanian deadlift. Grab your dumbbells. Take your feet hip distance apart, knees and toes facing forward. Hip hinge, so send your hips back, straight line from head to heel. Row your weights, bend your elbows, pull it in, straighten your arms and stand. Hip hinge, row, extend, and stand. Working your upper back, lats, and biceps to pull the weight. Using your hamstrings and glutes to lift you up each time. Working your transverse abs to wrap your midsection. Avoid any momentum here. Keeping your back nice and flat like a table. Super stable as you pull, keeping those ribs in. Last one. Kneeling hip extensions. Take your weights over to your mat. Set one down, hold the other, and curl it to your chest. Lower your knees down to your mat and hips to your heels. Pull your ribs in as you sit upright, shoulders over hips, and then push your hips in line with your body as you lean back to work the hamstrings and glutes, as well as the quads. Stretching through the front of your hips, 20 total. Like pushing those hips forward, engaging the abs at the same time to avoid any back bending. Last one. Set your dumbbell down. Grab your stability ball for Grasshopper. Taking your pelvis on your stability ball, hands on the floor, toes on the floor, so you're balanced in the middle of the ball. Heels together, Pilates V. Abs in tight, lift your legs, straight legs up. Bend your knees and press and straighten the legs, tapping your heels as you lower. Lift, bend, straighten, tap to lower. Lift, bend, straighten, tap to lower. Squeezing those inner thighs together. Lifting from the hamstrings and glutes. Pulling your abs in to stabilize your midsection. Last one. Press back, rounding over your ball, tucking your toes, coming up to stand. Move your ball aside. Come down onto your mat for side plank leg circles. Left elbow under left shoulder, stacking your legs. You can bend your bottom knee, keeping your top leg straight, and lift your hips into a modified side plank. Straight line from head, shoulder, hip, and knee, or straighten both legs. Lift the top leg and circle the top leg for 10 each direction. And reverse. Last one, switch sides. Right arm comes down, forearm to forearm, and then flip over onto the other side and lift your top leg and circle for 10. Pressing the ground away, working your inner and outer thighs, glutes, abs, and shoulder girdle. Reverse your circle. And come on down, press your way up to stand. Grab your dumbbells for your front squat. Standing with your feet hip distance apart, toes turned out slightly, weights between your inner thighs, sit your hips back, go low. Curl your weights up to your chest, swinging them up. Pause with the weights touching each other, elbows away from your body. Sit your hips down, keeping your chest lifted for 10. Knees and toes going in the same direction. Belly pulling in nice and tight to avoid tucking under or hyperextending in our low back. Feel the transverse abs working really hard to stabilize your midsection. Working the glutes, hamstrings, quads, and shoulder girdle. Last one. Side sit-ups. Grab your stability ball and head to the wall so you can take your feet up against the baseboard. Starting on your right side, right foot forward, left foot back, left toe to right heel, feet are staggered up against the baseboard. Hip on the ball, hips are square, facing forward and stacked. Hands behind your head or overhead, palms facing in for a greater challenge. Lean over the ball and lift up, working from your side body, squeezing your inner thighs together, 10 total each side, pulling your ribs in to avoid back bending. Really working your obliques, your transverse abs. Last one. Switch sides. Flipping over onto your left hip. Left foot forward, right foot back. So right toe to left heel. Hips are stacked, hands behind your head or overhead. Lean over the ball and then up. Keep facing the side. Squeezing those inner thighs together to keep the hips stacked. Last one. Set your ball aside. Get ready for your next round. Good job.